Welcome to 1111, which is a segment from my podcast where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. So sorry. I almost forgot what the whole intro was. Literally in the title, 1111. So today's topic is actually colorism. Me being Mexican, Mexicans come from like a very long line of like different things in their blood. So I feel like we're all different shades. Like there's really white passing ones. There's really dark skin ones. There's very yellow ones. There's very tan ones. Like we have a lot of shades, right? And I feel like it's a very big topic, especially with society now and like Western culture and like European like features that I feel like sometimes a lot of like Mexicans obsess with. Um, I think it's huge, huge in like at least in my Mexican like from what I've seen when I went to Mexico, whitening creams are like one of the biggest things that there's a market for in Mexico. Like it's like it'll be like food, like amazing beautiful things that they make with their hands, and then it'll be lightening cream, lightening lotion, lightening powder, like lightening this, like get lighter, like they promote like so much whiteness, and it's a little crazy to me. And so me, being Manny, I kind of never grew like this is the coming from my experience of colorism from me, from Manny. Okay, I your experience is your experience, and that's what it is. But this is my experience. I kind of never experienced blatant racism until like 3 weeks ago when I went to Brandy Melville. Out of all places, Anna and I go to Brandy Melville, and she's like, "Oh, I want to try on this shirt," and so we go to a fitting room. And like every other white person is getting a dressing room, and we're like, okay, we'll just wait in line. We tell them, well, they have a conversation with Anna, and we're like, okay, tight, we're gonna get a room here soon, right? No, it's like 10 minutes past. People are getting, Anna's like a brown person. I'm a brown person. We walk into a primarily white mall, primarily very white store, and we're like, okay, well, dog, we just want to try on a shirt, like, So that was like the first time ever happening to me. Like, well, other than my sister's racist neighbor keying my truck, but like other than that, like I was like, okay, like obviously people, sometimes people in Colorado, it's very big in Colorado for people to be like, I don't see color, but like, okay, let's have a conversation about that real quick. When people say they don't see color, you're literally just like expressing the fact that you're so like comfortable in your whiteness and in your privilege that you don't see like black people, people of color, their struggle that they have in America. When you're like, I don't see color. Girl, no, you're just like so comfortable in your whiteness and in your privilege that you're like, you don't like, it's like kind of a form of ignorance in my part. That's just the way I take it. And so whenever people are like, I don't see color, I take that like, I'm like, no, that's a red flag. I'm sorry, I'm scared. But anyways, colorism. So I also did grow up with a lot of sisters. I have 5 sisters. So, everyone is different. Everyone is different shades, which, okay, me being like, so Mexicans, like, I'm dark skinned for like Mexican, which I love. Like, I absolutely love. I'm sorry, but there's something so beautiful about tanning, like not getting red. Call me crazy, but like it's something nice about, going out in the sun and like getting crispy and nice. I love that. I absolutely love getting darker. Um, but I do have siblings who do not like to get darker. And that's when the whitening creams come in. That's when like the self like just like being very self-negative about their body and their skin, and I just want to like slap them in the face and be like, white people paid to get tan. Like, come on, bro. Like, okay, so my sister, we had this conversation once about how she didn't like her color, right? And that's like, I get very like heartbroken whenever any of my siblings, especially my sisters, talk to me about how like things that about their appearance that they don't like, when in all reality, like they're the most beautiful, gorgeous humans beings ever. And so I'm like, like, like my heart's saying, because I'm like, we're the same color. And so her being like, oh no, like, but I realized that this is just brainwashed. and like Western culture and like European culture of like we're all beautiful, you know? And that's where it comes in, like just colonization and just brainwashing of like us. So like in Mexico there's a lot of idols and there's a lot of famous people and like novelas and stuff. You don't really see like dark skinned people. Like I never really saw dark skinned people on my TV. I think now probably they do. I haven't watched TV in so long, like Mexican TV in so long, so I have no idea. But I do know that sometimes like dark skinned people will play like the maid or like, you know, people who clean the ranch and stuff. So it's kind of like okay, but I do know I did like really realize that like pop Mexican idols are lighter, like Talia, Paulina Rubio. Literally, Paulina Rubio is like the golden girl. Literally, because she's white passing. She's literally like a Paris Hilton, and she has like a European accent. It's so weird. But love her, love her. But like usually all of these like really famous like Mexican idols are light skinned, and you know, growing up with that ideology, you're like, okay, what? And like I never was like, I'm not bleaching my skin. Like that's crazy. But I think it gets to a point where, especially when I feel like women in Mexican culture, get very they identify with their beauty because that's what you know they qualify as like what they can bring into the table is their beauty, and they probably like most of them do fall in the trap of like getting lighter, and you know everyone can do with their body with what they feel comfortable, but I genuinely feel like when it's something that you just been brainwashed by a man, because this was all man made, when you get brainwashed into thinking that only lighter skinned people, not your color, are beautiful, that's when we need to flip it around and see the inner issue. Because let me tell you, listen to me clearly and listen to me well. To my dark skin, to the people of my color and darker, you are one of the most beautiful human beings in this world. First of all, we're going to age amazing. Because I will be caught dead looking wrinkly at 35. Because I've seen some white people at 35, they look 50. Hey, love and respect, but like I'm just saying, buddy, I just feel like we just have to love like I feel like I'm sometimes preaching and like it's like, oh my god, we get it. But like you cannot like beat yourself down over something you have zero control out of, okay? You are beautiful. Your ancestors were genuinely probably your color. Like it's just beautiful to be, you know, like I don't know, like I just never grew up being told that my skin was beautiful. I that was never, you know, something that my parents prioritized to tell me, mainly because probably I'm a man and well, to them I'm just growing up, I was a straight man. So, you know, none of that like you're beautiful, you're amazing, you can do no. Really none of that. So it was kind of like up to me to decide, am I beautiful? Which is something crazy to even be like, why do I need to decide this? Of course you're beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. But growing up with like your parents not telling you that your skin is beautiful, it really does hit like a little chord with me, just because I feel like parents are meant to like tell you that you're beautiful every single second of the day, every single day. Tell your kids they're beautiful because it all starts from when you're little. And now that we're older and we realize, oh, you know, let's do better and like let's, you know, let's love ourselves and let's appreciate our skin color and let's not try to get whiter because that's crazy to me. You know, now we can tell that to ourselves. And I guess that's kind of like where self-parenting comes in, because that's really big, especially when your parents are doing what they need to do to survive. You're kind of are not, you know, you really do not have any time to be like, oh my god, you are so beautiful and you should love yourself and like, you know, look at your skin, like it's amazing. Like I feel like my parents were always busy just working and like just providing the best for their kids, and now it's kind of like up to us when we're adults to decide all of these inner mental struggles. Which, you know, it's fine, I can handle that, I'm okay. But I think you need to tell yourself, it's kind of like a healing your inner child type of thing, of like telling yourself that you're beautiful, and maybe if you didn't hear it enough as a kid, telling yourself that you're beautiful, telling yourself that I've been really big on telling myself that I'm proud of myself, even like to some degree, like what people consider to, not feel. I don't know if I'm trying to. I don't know what. To the degree of like if what people don't necessarily feel like you should be proud of, and because you're not doing some amazing crazy thing, I'm like, if I survived a day, I'm proud of myself. I'm sorry, but like, I'm not going to like diminish my prideness over what your expectations are of something to be proud for. So with that being said, you are extremely beautiful. Please do not fall into the trap of like brainwashing and like Western and European features. You are insanely beautiful, just exactly the way that you are, even and some, okay? Please heal your inner child because it's very important, and tell yourself that you're beautiful every single morning. Okay, I'm sorry, call me full of myself. I don't care, but like I'll stare in the mirror every single morning when I wake up and I'm like, you are beautiful. Okay. Good morning. I'll be like, good morning. You're beautiful. Don't forget that. And it's just like, what do you have to lose? Anyways, love you so much, buddy. Love ya. Bye.